It depends on who's got what left. I genuinely think that if Usyk's got anything left about him, because he's, what, 36, 37.
One of the great performances. Usyk too. I'm going to knock a motherfucker out. That's it.
Well, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked Usyk to beat Fury. I remember when Usyk first moved up to heavyweight, I said he's a dark horse, don't write this guy off.
Predicting the outcome of a rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury sparks intense debate among boxing enthusiasts. Dave Coldwell, a seasoned boxing trainer, highlighted a critical aspect of the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. The outcome largely depends on what both fighters have left in their arsenals after grueling years of dominating the sport.
It depends on who's got what left. I genuinely think that if Usyk's got anything left about him, because he's, what, 36, 37, he's been in with big men now for the last few years where it takes a lot out of your body. I know with Tony's last 4 fights, he was having injuries going into the fights with injuries. It's just, as you get to a certain age and you're just getting, your body starts breaking down. The wear and tear and the energy sapping fights that he's having against these big men, I don't know what Usyk's got left. I don't think Tyson's got a lot left. Certainly not in relation to what he was. So I think if Usyk's got a good percentage of what Usyk is, I think he does it again.
Fighters have experienced wear and tear. This insight raises a compelling question about endurance, adaptability, and longevity. Coldwell's perspective underscores the significance of preparation and the ability to sustain peak performance in a sport that demands both physical and mental fortitude. Oleksandr Usyk's calmness amid the pre-fight hype is a testament to his self-assurance. When asked about the possibility of losing the first fight, Usyk brushed it aside, emphasizing the certainty of a victory.
Where do you stand on that? What do you think? I know you was quite strong on that as well. I think that you went Usyk as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked Usyk to beat Fury. I remember when Usyk first moved up to heavyweight, I said he's a dark horse, don't write this guy off. You know, we've seen cruiserweights move up to heavyweight and dominate in previous years, and it did seem a bit unfathomable for a lot of people that he's never going to compete with the Anthony Joshuas, or people weren't even really talking about Tyson Fury, I don't think, quite at the time, or maybe he just sort of burst back on the scene beating Wilder. But yeah, I still think Usyk beats him. I think, you know, the argument is a good big un beats a good little un, but I think Usyk is an exceptional fighter. I think in terms of their boxing ability, like, Usyk is a
second fight on December 21st. This confidence reflects not only his technical prowess but also his mental preparation for long-term success. Tyson Fury, known for his charisma and confidence, has framed the rematch as his countdown to redemption. Sharing clips of his rigorous training on social media, Fury has left no doubt about his determination to reclaim dominance. Redemption for Fury is not just about defeating Usyk, but proving that his unorthodox style, size, and skill can overcome.
I think it's Tyson Fury's fight to lose. And what I mean by that, what we could see in the first fight, he was bigger, he was stronger, he was sharper from the outside, a lot of things than Usyk. I think he had a moment where he got complacent, and he paid for it by losing the fight. You know, he lost the whole second half of the fight, including the knockdown, of course. However, the thing I cannot ignore is two things: the greatness of Oleksandr Usyk and the wars and the mileage on Tyson Fury. That mileage is something that we can't measure, and the greatness of Oleksandr Usyk, we can't measure that either. So I think the first fight we knew was 50-50. It really was a 50-50 fight. Same thing with the second one, but I'm willing to bet that Tyson Fury wins this one.
So, of the most technically gifted boxers in history, former super middleweight champion George Groves has weighed in on the debate, stating that he believes Usyk is the superior fighter. Groves pointed to Usyk's ability to outmaneuver opponents with precision and IIC movement. His praise for Usyk highlights a growing consensus that the Ukrainian boxer's adaptability makes him an incredibly tough opponent, even for someone as dominant as Fury Sean Porter, a former world champion.
I certainly think Tyson will go for the stoppage this time. I think that he'll try and utilise his size. I think he'll do everything he can to try and tire Usyk out in the first 6, 7, 8 rounds. The trouble is if Usyk's still there, then it gets problematic. But I think that's what Tyson's got to do. Can he outbox him at times? I mean, he's got to get his concentration bang on. That's the first thing with Tyson. I think if he comes in a bit heavy, Shane McGuigan was saying to me a couple of days ago that if Tyson comes in heavy, it's the worst possible thing because he won't be able to move as quick and he won't be able to deal with Usyk's footwork. But look, I think Sugar Hill's coming for the knockout. So I think Fury will come in a bit bigger. I think they'll try and utilise that size advantage. They'll normally say a good big guy beats a good little guy, but you know, Usyk's an exceptional.
And Respect, expected boxing analyst, has described the rematch as a true 5,050 fight. While he personally leans toward Tyson Fury, Porter acknowledged the even odds due to both fighters' unique skill sets. This perspective resonates with fans who appreciate the complexity of the matchup. Fury's size and power against Usyk's speed and precision. Porter's willingness to see either outcome reflects the unpredictability and intrigue surrounding this rematch.
Just to clear up a controversy or debate, we all know that you publicly accepted 70-30, which people thought was incredible that you would make the fight. No way that fight doesn't happen at 70-30. And then Fury said that there was a rematch clause that was the poison pill. What was the actual reason after accepting 70-30 that the fight was still not able to be made from your perspective?
Його команда пропонувала рематч, а не моя команда. Хай не бреше вже, задовбав.
Let him stop lying. It was his team who asked for the rematch.
Ти знаєте, Тайсон Фюрі хотів боксувати з Усиком, але без Усика.
He wanted to fight Usyk without Usyk.
What?
Among boxing fans, predictions for the Fury-Usyk rematch are as divided as ever. Social media polls and forums reveal an almost even split, with one camp favoring Fury's raw strength and experience, while the other champions Usyk's technical mastery. An undefeated record, Fury has openly stated his intention to win the rematch by knockout, emphasizing his focus and determination. His confidence in achieving a KO reflects his...
I think to analyse this properly, this is the best opponent that Tyson's been up against. But, you know, Tyson's got a lot more advantages than Usyk in size, he can box, and he can punch as well. So, you know, Tyson on his A form should come through this fight and be undisputed champion.
I've seen some people suggest that it could be a boring fight, a bit of a chess match. How do you respond to that?
The public will be looking at his last fight. Well, listen, his last fight was against a fighter who's never had a fight before. He's not interested in it. This is a different ball game. This will be a fully focused Tyson, and I expect to see the best Tyson, because the best Tyson will get the job done. Anything less than the best Tyson, he'll come unstoppable.
Belief in his ability to dominate physically and mentally, Fury's bold prediction adds another layer of drama to the fight, as fans speculate whether he can deliver on his promise. Boxing analyst Adam Smith has suggested that Tyson Fury's game plan will revolve around targeting Usyk in the first 6 to 7 rounds. Smith's insight hints at Fury exploiting his size and power advantage early and earning some major rounds, perhaps winning by December 18th in the boxing championship against Haley Varick.
I'm not saying it's you know, good against evil or anything silly like that, but Usyk seems very much a kind of force for good, isn't he? Whereas Fury has his detractors. Usyk doesn't really have any, whereas Fury does have some. And I think some people were happy to see him lose, and then tried to kind of spin it into this idea that he was schooled by this Ukrainian wizard. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. So I feel like he can definitely, absolutely he can win the rematch, Fury. He absolutely can. I'm not saying he definitely will, but he definitely can. And were he to, then again, you know, we'd have to be looking at a third fight, wouldn't we?
Disrupt Usyk's rhythm before the Ukrainian can settle into his strategic flow. Deontay Wilder, a former heavyweight champion, offered a neutral perspective on the rematch. He acknowledged Usyk's smaller stature, but praised his quickness and technical skills. Wilder refrained from making a prediction, highlighting how evenly matched Fury and Usyk are, despite their contrasting styles. In the series of sharp comments, Usyk accused Fury of ducking and whining.
I've seen some stuff in the media like this is really personal between me and Oleksandr Usyk. This is not. It's not personal. It's strictly business for both fighters. You know, there's a lot of stuff on the line and all that, but I don't hate him. He don't hate me. He's a good husband, good God-fearing man, so I respect him as a man, as a fighter. He's undisputed cruiserweight champion, he's unified heavyweight champion, so anyone would have to respect the man's achievements. Good fighter, you know, I've got a tough challenge in front of me, but I'm very confident in my ability, and I'm very confident that I'll beat the guy. But that's not to say he's shit just because he loses to me. Like, you know, everybody I ever beat before, even long-reigning lineal champions like Vladimir Klitschko, after I beat him, everyone said, oh, he's a piece of shit, him. Wilder, all of these guys who I ever beat, they were all shit after I beat them. So please don't say that Oleksandr Usyk's shit after I beat him, because he's not. He's a unified heavyweight champion, undisputed cruiserweight champion.
Pointing to the rematch clause as a contractual obligation, Usyk's remarks are part of a broader strategy to keep the narrative focused on the fight itself, rather than furious theatrics. Reacting to a video of Fury training, Usyk cheekily referred to him as "my friend."
No, the first one was self-explanatory. Early was controlled by Fury, late controlled by Usyk. Amazing fight, and can't wait for the second one. Looking forward to seeing if that moment happens again for Usyk.
Do you think whoever wins this is the best heavyweight in the world?
Absolutely.
No argument.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, Tyson Fury has been the best heavyweight in boxing for a long time, and I really didn't think that Usyk was until he did what he did against Fury. I know he had a couple of wins against Joshua and a few others, but beating Tyson Fury, to me, solidified Usyk as the best heavyweight. He's got to do it again. And
greedy belly, encouraging him to continue his preparations. This playful jab highlights Usyk's calm demeanor and confidence heading into the fight,